Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is Colin McGuigan for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined by Belfast's own Carl Frampton in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. First of all, Carl, do you like it out here? You've been out here before, haven't you?
Yeah, I do like it. The heat's a bit much at this time of year, but I think it's a good place. I'll tell you one thing, the people are so friendly. Walking down the street, people are stopping the car and welcoming us to Saudi Arabia. People are helping us with directions wherever we go. Yeah, it's a nice place.
In terms of this, would you say the biggest fight of all time? Certainly since that undisputed fight 25 years ago when Lennox Lewis fought.
Yeah, I mean, well, you can go back to Rumble in the Jungle and the Thriller in Manila and all that, but certainly the biggest fight in my lifetime. And I'm 37. For me, anyway, I think it's a humongous fight, absolutely monstrous fight.
Break it down for us. How do you believe this goes on Saturday night?
I think Fury will be aggressive. He'll be on the front foot, but kind of being aggressive, but he'll be kind of staying up tall. I think he'll have to do that. I think he'll throw a lot of shots. When Usyk gets close, he'll try and manhandle him. Usyk will be trying to move. He'll be trying to be pot shot from a distance. And I think Usyk will win some rounds early on, but I think as the fight goes on, Fury will start to win rounds. I think Fury will win the fight. And I would not be surprised if there was a late stoppage, actually.
AJ's been here since Sunday. That's longer than expected for a fighter. Why do you believe he's here for so long? Do you believe that maybe that fight could happen next?
Yeah, I think he probably wants the winner. Obviously, there's a rematch clause, isn't there? But rematches don't always work out. We've seen with Terence Crawford and Earl Spence, if it's so one-sided, no one wants a rematch, and it tends to not happen. Yeah, I mean, AJ's in with a shout. He looks like he's improving under Ben Davison. I think it's a good link-up. Yeah, and he'll be clambering for that fight. Of course he will. A fight with AJ and the winner of this fight would be huge.
We've seen the unsavoury scenes on Monday. IFL, I think we done all in and maybe 5 million views on it. John Fury and Team Usyk going at it. What did you make of that whole situation, Carl?
That was a bit mad. You know, it probably shouldn't have happened, but it did happen. I think there's been a lot of noise made about it. But this is the boxing game. I'm not condoning it in any sense, but we've seen a lot worse. I'd like to say more, but I won't, just in case I get myself into trouble.
Tell me this, right? You were a fighter. You fought some massive fights. Say your dad was out with you, Madison Square Garden, New York. You're fighting Leo Santa Cruz, for example, and he does that. Does that unsettle you in any way?
It's a hard one to answer because my dad's a nice guy and he wouldn't do anything like that. But I mean, it's just that was my concern when people were talking about it. Is this something that's going to kind of get Usyk and their team fire in the belly? Also, Tyson's as cool as they come, but it's got to be something that's affected him a little bit. I don't think it was good for anyone.
Cordina-Cacace, fellow Belfast man, you've always hyped him up. Now he's got this chance on the big stage. Does Cordina-Cacace do this on Saturday night?
I think he does. I think he knows how difficult it's going to be. I think Joe Cordina, quality fighter, someone who I've admired and enjoyed watching over the years. I think there's concerns that he might be dead at the weight. There was talk of him moving up the lightweight quite a while ago. And I think maybe the Saudi money is what keeping him down at super featherweight. And for that reason, if Anto does what no one has seen in a fight yet, what I've seen in the gym, if he can fight at a high pace, I've never been hit as hard as by anyone else. Cordina-Cacace is the hardest puncher I've ever sparred. Like, frightening power. Doesn't really reflect in his knockout ratio. But that's kind of just because he goes through emotions sometimes. He has to understand the magnitude of this fight for him. How important it is. If he wins this fight, the fight to come after it, he's set up for life. His kids are set up for life and his family can live comfortably after it. If Anto goes in thinking about that with the right attitude, he can win the fight, and I think he will.
Have you had any conversations with him this week yet?
I've spoken to him and I'm hoping to see him tonight. I've spoken to him on the phone. I'm hoping to see him tonight. And I'm hoping to see him tomorrow as well, just before he fights.
Carl, I'll not keep you too much longer, but I want to get your thoughts on two other things. First one, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, good for the sport or not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it being bad for the sport. It's a fight. These guys are making absolute fortunes. Tyson's an old man now, so it's mad that I'm saying this, but Jake Paul's probably going to beat Mike Tyson. Mental, but he wouldn't have lived with him in his prime for 20 seconds. But both guys are making a lot of money. Good fights on the undercard. Guys are being paid well. Jake Paul, in fairness to him, whatever you think about him, he looks after fighters. So I don't think it's bad for boxing.
Last one. Ryan Garcia is here. He said he was going to punch Eddie Hearn in the face yesterday. You've been quite vocal about cheaters in the sport. What do you make of this whole situation with that small amount of Australian that may or may not have been in his system?
Doesn't matter if it's a small amount or a large amount. He's been found with a performance-enhancing drug in his system, and in my opinion, he should be banned for life. And this kind of something I took over the counter or whatever, and it was tainted with it. It's all bullshit and bluster. He's one of the richest fighters on the planet. He's not going to ban nonsense. He has nutritionists at his disposal if he wants. It just doesn't sit well with me. I don't bat. I've always thought that because of how dangerous this sport is, if you feel it, I've known from the amateurs. I mean, everything has to be sport approved. You can't just. I used to shit myself about taking paracetamols over the counter with a sore head, and I wouldn't do it. So him saying his excuse that he's making, I don't believe him, and in my opinion, he should be banned for life. Will he? Absolutely not, because he brings a lot of money to the game, but not. Just as I was starting to like him, then this comes out, and now he's back in the bad books.
Claude Frampton, always a pleasure in IFL. Look forward to maybe speaking to you after the fight. Appreciate it.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Malik.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.